trying to create interesting characters, you draw upon the people you've met and you know intimately in life. And the more jobs you do, the more interesting people from other walks of life you meet who are not in the entertainment industry. So actually, I don't think it loses or spreads or dilutes your focus to go out in the world and work with people. That's your raw material.
I think my favorite job that I've ever done was a movie called The Informant, which is a strange movie. But
Two people clapped. It's a very good film.
Clapped.
Or it might have been one person clapping twice. Okay, there we go.
But it is that kind of movie where two people are like, yeah, and everyone else is like, I think it's so weird and interesting, and just the first time I saw it, I was like, I am so happy to be in this. And also, Steven Soderbergh directed it, and he just is like my absolute favorite person I've ever worked with.
It used to be that you had extensive rehearsal. That is history. In the 90s, it'd be like you'd have 6 weeks of rehearsal for a movie. That's gone away. Now, maybe you have a week, a few days. Sometimes you're just flown in the day before. Just, everything is based on money these days.
I find that the most productive rehearsals, they're really not rehearsals, they're script discussions. Yeah. That's what, because you don't want something spontaneous to happen in the trailer, but you do want to make sure that you understand the architecture and the history of what's going on, the beats of it, but you don't really want to make it happen when there isn't a camera pointing at you. SAG-AFTRA, how do you feel about that? Don't hold back. You want to take the fifth on that?
I'm doing my audition technique.
The lady up there was asking, how can I be such a dick on screen, I think. And the answer is that this is an act, I think, mostly.
Well, what I always try to do is try to combine both by getting a job on a movie set or in some sort of form of show business, even if it's a low-paying job, because oftentimes, like, you can make yourself useful. I mean, I never was a person. I didn't think you could do a waiting job and then also try to act. Right. So all the little part-time jobs I got were always somehow in a community of a theater, even if it was $50 a day, because if you worked really hard, eventually they sort of gave you a little bit better job, and I found that was a better technique.
When friends phone and say, will you talk to my daughter and my son, they want to be an actor, I'm always curious whether they have started and enjoyed the process of acting, because I just did it at university and I loved it. I became completely addicted to what you said, that sense of community, that sense of rebirth, and that bond, and that storytelling as a pursuit. I hope that people go into the business because they like the action of acting. That's why I did it, the pursuit of it.